Welcome to a, kind of special edition for me of the Nightly Nuge. How you doing this evening, Ted?
Well, I'm doing just wonderful, Keith, because I improvise, adapt, and overcome. But as I've been monitoring the condition of my blood brother, Keith Mark, the real question is, how are you doing? Because I know that you had emergency heart surgery over the weekend. How are you, and why are you here today?
Well, you know what, Ted? It's like me to make sure I have an emergency heart surgery on the weekend so I don't miss the Monday edition of the Nightly Nuge. You know, I am feeling a little bit better today, Ted, and it's just too important, the message that you're getting out here on the Nightly Nuge. And I just, I drag my ass out of the deathbed to help you get this message out like you need help. But I sure like putting the ball on the tee for you.
Well, number one, thank you, everybody out there in the hinterland all across the world. We have a lot of people that are looking for and cherish truth, logic, common sense. These are treacherous, very stressful, heartbreaking times the world is enclosed in right now. So thank you for your extra effort, Keith, and thank you, everybody out there, for joining us on the Nightly Nuge, because Keith and I, like so many of you, are addicted to and dedicated to truth, logic, and common sense, which cannot be found from our government, the media, academia, big tech, so-called fact checkers, and Hollywood. So thank you for your support out there. But everybody at the Nightly Nuge with us, tell all your friends, all your neighbors, your family, people at work and school, the bowling alley, the firing range, at the barbecue, spread the word that there is a Nightly Nuge where truth, logic, and common sense is the altar at which we genuflect. So Keith, thank you for putting that extra effort in today.
Well, thanks, Ted. Appreciate the prayers from everyone, listening, and also, of course, you and Shemaine. So I want to get right to it. Let's show a clip. This is incredible to me, but this is President Biden.
And when it comes to the gas prices, we're going through an incredible transition that is taking place, that God willing, when it's over, we'll be stronger and the world will be stronger and less reliant on fossil fuels when this is over.
All right, Ted. It seems crazy to me that we are trying to do what we're doing in America. We've got a baby formula shortage. We've opened the border. Gas prices are at an all-time high. All the while, and I'm going to quote from Senator Rubio from Florida, all the while Biden and his administration eliminated sanctions on the socialist Marxist government, they took the organization FARCE, F-A-R-C-E, from the terrorist list, lifted economic sanctions on Cuba, and lifted sanctions on the Marxist Maduro in Venezuela. And again, all the while, Ted, saying the biggest threat to America is white nationalism. Crazy. Your take.
Well, first of all, we repeat over and over and over again, ad nauseum, ad infinitum, here at Nightly Nuge. And around the Nugent campfires, our dining room table, down at the feed mill yesterday, at a charity event we did recently for law enforcement heroes, truth, logic, and common sense is ubiquitous, and it's heartbreaking because our government, this guy in the White House who thinks he's the president, and is just mindlessly and soullessly repeating the most treacherous words against Americans. The President of the United States, Joe Biden, in his word, deed, and actions, is irrefutably for the enemies of America and against the people of America. So once again, Keith, there's unlimited evidence to the treasonous behavior, the treachery that this administration is unleashing upon not just America, but around the world, because around the world, they look to America for leadership, for life, liberty, freedom, independence, capitalism, where your efforts and your talents and your dedication and your sacrifice and risks are rewarded. That's capitalism. By taking FARC off the terrorist list, and the Democrats bailing out arsonists and terrorists of Black Lives Matter terrorists and Antifa terrorists, it is not, the jury is not still out. The government of the United States is doing everything to hurt Americans and to strengthen our enemies. So everybody who knows this, who does not hide from this, I hope you are hammering your elected employees, your senators and your congressmen and your governors need to hear your belief system. They need to hear that you believe in good over evil, and that unfortunately our government now is on the side of our enemies. And if we don't get that effectively to our elected employees, this kind of treachery will continue to increase, because these are dangerous, dangerous times.
If you look at it, inflation sky high, gas so high people can't drive. We've got a shortage of baby formula. They're predicting food shortages all across the country come summer. Yet all the while we're strengthening these other Marxist and communist countries. I mean, do you think is this a coincidence, or do you think this, and I hate to think this is possible, could this be orchestrated by the current administration?
That's very kind of you to propose a hypothetical like that, because I know what you believe. I know what the evidence proves. My friends around the world, my friends here in America, independent, free people, the government of the United States is the enemy. They are doing this on purpose, engineered recidivism, the explosion of violent crime by rewarding violent criminals while trying to disarm the citizenry and defund the police to roll out the welcome mat for increased violent crime. My friends, we're not approaching food shortages, we're experiencing food shortages. We're not approaching unattainable energy prices. We are currently in the stranglehold of inaccessible energy prices. The government of the United States is doing this on purpose, and it breaks my heart to have to say this, because there are sheep out there that will go, well, that's a conspiracy theory. Look at the gas pump. Look at the crime rate. Look at the open borders. Look at the dead Americans from the importation of fentanyl, methamphetamine by our own government agencies. The executive, legislative, and judicial branches are supposed to be watchdogs, keeping balance with each other. And they are now one gang of thugs. Huntthevote.org. My friends, it is so simple, it's inexcusable not to make a difference. Please join us at huntthevote.org and hunternation.org. We want to make sure that God, family, country, Constitution, Bill of Rights, law, and order are the battle cries for a quality of life in America. Huntthevote.org and hunternation.org. Please, we can do this.
And Ted, I'm very excited to announce that our winner of the signed Detroit Muscle CD is none other than Matthew Robinson from the great state of Nebraska. And Matthew, congratulations, and thank you for going to huntthevote.org, signing the pledge, and then you put in the promo code, they call it Patriot Code, TNNUSA. And if you want to win one of these incredible Detroit Muscle CDs signed by none other than Ted Nugent, go to huntthevote.org and put in the Patriot Code TNNUSA after you've signed the pledge. Ted, all of our listeners, if you come back Tuesday, we're going to talk about the Sussman trial. And I know it's not getting a lot of coverage in mainstream media, but Ted and I are going to break this down so simple that even bow hunters can figure it out. The Sussman trial is coming up tomorrow, Ted. Looking forward to talking to you about it.
God bless everybody out there. Remember, if you're not making a difference, Nancy Pelosi considers you an ally. That's embarrassing.